What's up, YouTube? We're here at Buttonwillow. Taking a stab at that Sub2. Turn one. Howdy. It's gosh, probably about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I was really hoping to be out of here by no later than noon. We are beyond freighted, all loaded up here. Had some brake pad calamity yesterday. Had Danny at G-Lock bump the brake pad thickness up because the last set was like, could have been a little more material on there. And I bumped it up exactly 2 millimeters too much on every pad. Had to find a place. Last night, machine shop, willing to knock 2 mil off of 2 sets of pads. $160 and 2 hours later, got it done. Heading to Buttonwillow, taking a stab at that Sub2. Quick side note, kind of crazy, but a huge part of the trip for me was actually the Sub2 attempt at Buttonwillow. I found the Sub2 Club account at some point, I don't know, the year prior, and I was just seeing all these different cars. Some of them real sports cars, barely doing it, and then other cars, kind of home-built contraptions, doing it no problem. Kind of made me wonder if maybe I could get close in my hunk of junk. And yeah, man, spent a bunch of money. Big 18x11 wheels, 9 lives wing, big splitter, all kinds of different stuff. I had to try to buy a little speed because I only had 2 days there to try to make it happen.
Yeah, it is. I actually went through 4 sets of steering wheels. That all these cars are 4-wheel drive.
Also, don't think that a lap time makes you like a cooler or better person.
But the road racing, I'm still learning, so I'm still climbing the ladder. So that in that feeling, you know, that's the best feeling you get. Like you feel like you're getting a lot more out of it, and you know, you're getting better, and you feel like your body's part of your car.
All that trouble and money in an effort to win an $8 sticker. Anyway, back to the video. It's up to you. Hopefully, I don't cord the CRS until Sunday, later in the day, if at all. The inside edges are a little thin. We're gonna roll out to Buttonwillow, get there maybe 3:30. Hopefully hop in a car with some different people and see the track at speed, and then kind of make a little bit more of a better mental map, see how close we can get. Not gonna be easy, apparently. Kind of crazy, but I don't know if I'd ever driven up the Grapevine all that time that I lived in Camarillo back in the day. So it was an interesting experience for me. There must have been 5 or 6 vehicles pulled over, overheated on the side of the road, and I can kind of see why. Definitely a lot of steep climbing for a long time, but coming down over the other side into this valley was pretty neat. It felt like an instant change of climate with the cooler, more moist air and all the green farm fields and everything. Got to the track about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, had some time to check out some of the SDC merch, Sub2 Club stickers. Originally I was trying to run this day with these guys, but it sold out months in advance. But going back and forth with Charles at SDC, I was trying to see if I could show up and just find somebody to hop in with and kind of give me some laps around the track to get some recon. And turns out Chris Sanderson, aka Chris Sanderson, is kind of a local legend. And right before sunset, he swapped some tires over and took me out for a couple laps. Super eye-opening because he is fast and that car is really fast. And yeah, I clicked off some Sub2 laps kind of straight away, but man, no joke, we were flying. I wish I would have had the foresight to grab my GoPro and snag some POV footage of it. Drove by this place on the way over the track earlier and decided I would go back there when I was ready for some dinner later. Definitely an interesting setup, a kind of truck stop-ish, but the food was great, so no complaints. What's up, YouTube? We're here at Buttonwillow, literally on the other side of the country. It's very foggy this morning. but it was way worse earlier and overnight. I had to cover the yard sale setup with a tarp. I'm glad I did because it was very wet overnight with all the condensation. You can actually see the puddles are full. I don't think it physically rained, but everything is soaking wet. Slept in the trunk, which reminds me, I gotta get my stuff out of the trunk and put the latch back on here. Get my sleeping bag out of here. I've been kind of waiting because everything is wet. Last night in a rush, I put my brake fans on in the wrong spot and they hit the caliper and all got bent up in the back. It was like ting, 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 ting when I went to drive away to go get some dinner. Temp sender wire for the dash gauge keeps melting on the header, and it melted apart. Actually, the other night when I was driving in the canyons with my buddy Jeremiah and his BRZ. So last night, there was just enough wire on the sender to kind of crimp a fresh wire on here, and this time I routed it instead of down and kind of close to the header, I routed it up, across, and then down back that way. Hopefully it works for today. That reminds me I should probably start the car, let it warm up a little bit, see if that dash gauge for the temp is working. Probably a smart idea. Let's see here. The needle moved. I don't know if that means anything. Just trying to figure out now where I can mount this. I do have a windshield mount, but I wanted to hard mount it more in driver view, I guess. I don't know. The windshield mount's heavy and I'm stupid and think that like a quarter pound for a windshield suction cup mount is gonna make any difference in a car that weighs 3,800 pounds. I got some passenger laps yesterday from a dude named Chris in a really fast M4. We went out and immediately ripped like 2-minute laps at the end of the day right before sunset. It was eye-opening. Sub 2 here is no joke for sure. I don't know how realistic it is that I might attain that. Take some whacks at it. I hired a professional driving coach, so I got him second and third session. Hopefully the car is working well enough and not doing anything goofy. Yeah, we'll see. Wish me luck. Thanks. Bye. Hello. How are you? Whoa. Oh? Yeah. tell you how scared I was in this moment before I kind of realized that I wasn't gonna make it all the way out to the wall. Just a couple laps in on the first session, crashing the car, wrecking the car. That would have sucked.
One minute, 37 seconds later.
Suck at driving. I've never been here. I just went in too hot. Way too hot. I don't know. I don't know if you were standing here. You saw it.
I didn't see it.
Okay. I went in the dirt here. I just want to make sure I didn't like deviate a tire or I got grass stuck in anything.
You know the drill. Yes, can you?
Oh, really? No, I don't know the drill.
Oh, yeah, you didn't get in trouble last weekend, huh?
No.
What you got? Go chase this BMW.
Yeah. Good to go? What's up? First session, don't know where I'm going. Already went bouncing around in the dirt in turn one. Backwards, covered in dirt. Fortunately, didn't get any grass or anything stuck in the tires. Having fun though. We'll see what happens. I think I ran a 2:07 first session, but I only got like a couple laps because I went around backwards in the dirt, so we'll see. I went out with, I don't know, like 35 PSI cold, and that quickly escalated to probably about 45 PSI hot, and the back was getting a little loose. Brakes were weird and spongy. Hopefully they're better now. I cracked the bleeders and stuff. Yeah, I don't really quite know where the corners and the apexes are and stuff, and went a little hot into turn one, and went spinning off into the dirt and made a big mess. Everything was all wet this morning with the dew. The back of the car is all super muddy. A lot of fancy cars here. Some of this car here. Also did full weight reduction mode. We took the bumper skin off. We took the bumper beam off. We took the door speakers out. Took the head unit out. Took the rear speakers out. Last but not least, we also took the spotlight off because it's on the left side, not aerodynamic, and you know, however many pounds of dead weight. So I just kind of taped over the spot where it was, keep it aero. That's it. That's our ticket to sub 2. Yeah, right. This track is hard and scary. Coach guy hopping in with me this next session. Hopefully he can get me a little faster. Hopefully my brakes work better. Feel better. They work fine. The pedal is just mushy. I feel like they got more mushy after I put the new pads in the front, which kind of doesn't make sense, other than, you know, you got to crack the bleeder and push the pistons in and stuff like that. First session, yeah, 2:07.7. So not super fast. I got an optimal of 2:06.27. So yeah, we're got some seconds to shave off. Maybe 3. I'm thinking maybe I could shave 3. 6 or 7 seconds at, I don't know. Maybe. There's some spots where just trying to figure things out. Oh, I did also set the wing to a steeper AOA just to keep the back a little more planted in some of these higher speed sweepers and stuff, reducing radius. Hopefully, might be a little draggier, but I don't know. I'd rather have the downforce than the top speed. And yeah, we got the 3/4 inch gurney in there, so we're set up. Aiming for 35 psi hot, all 4 corners. Yeah, wish me luck. Thanks, bye. Howdy.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. They oiled it from Riverside to the S's.
Oh man, that ain't good.
They oiled it from Riverside to the S's.
That ain't good. Felt like a dweeb taking this ride off the track with a coach in the car, but I'm glad he was in there, 'cause right at the last second, right here, he had me turn the wheel, getting back onto the asphalt so I wouldn't bend a wheel or anything.
Just a second, back.
Hopped on my CTR Carrot from earlier and tried to turn some quick laps with the coach in the car. We had kind of a shorter session since the oil slick cleanup took some time and everything like that, but yeah, didn't really do anything too spectacular. Drove pretty easy with him in the car just because I don't want to endanger anybody else. I think the fastest lap I turned was like a 2:10, very underwhelming, but still had fun. Still learned a bunch, picked up a lot of reference points and that kind of thing. I was eager to take some flyers with the coach out of the car. Looking like that oil slick claimed another victim in the same spot I went off, more or less. Yeah, nothing better than a 210 with the coach in the car, and the next couple sessions were better, but still kind of in the 207 range. Nothing light in the world on fire. Got a bunch of cool track photos though, and did have a little bit of time to swap the shocks over on the back of the car. Some custom valve Bilsteins that showed up a bit late, and maybe were missing some hardware that I needed, and I had to go to the hardware store and just kind of ran out of time to do it out in front of Jeremiah's house on the street. But they definitely were a big improvement. I don't know if you can hear that. I don't know if I can either. This is the Tesla Corsa group. I thought the track was cold for some reason, but it's just a bunch of Teslas. Skirting tires. Man, you could put a racetrack anywhere if all the cars were this quiet, huh? Kind of cool. Probably the highlight of my day was this last session, getting to rip some laps with my paddock neighbor. Turns out this guy actually is from New York, not too far from where I'm from in Pennsylvania, but also spent some time out in Southern California. Nicely set up and well-driven little E30 with S54 swap, I'm pretty sure. Definitely had some fun. after some consideration and hindsight, I realized that throwing 5th here on the front straight was totally unnecessary. Straight to Bog City. Trying so hard to not let him get away through here. Also eventually figured out throwing 5th here was a waste of time too. Always funny to get regularly gapped by low horsepower lightweight cars on the straights. But skipping the 5th gear shift here definitely did seem to help. Traded places a handful of times over the course of the session, but the footage of me out in front by myself just isn't as fun to watch. Great way to round out the day, getting to run some fast laps with pretty minimal traffic. Was able to pick up some more reference points and hopefully be able to apply them the following day. Get that sub 2. We'll see. Day 1 in the books. Speed Ventures kind of held the dinner for everybody in the race shop over there. Dudes were playing video games, kind of cool. Didn't sub 2. This track is very humbling, very bumpy. The technical requires some cojones to go fast, for sure. I ran a low 206 at the end of the day. Super good day. Had a lot of fun learning the track, learning this tire setup, aero, all this other stuff. Anyway, I just aired up the tires. It's like 9 o'clock. Gonna go drive out, get some gas. I am gonna throw the spoiler on for tomorrow on the trunk here. I'll be running spoiler and wing. The back is still loose here in spots. So I don't know, maybe more downforce will help. Maybe it will make it worse, but only one way to find out, I suppose. Throw it on there, run a couple sessions, see if we go faster. If not, we take it off. Easier to put it on now and take it off in a hurry than mess with it tomorrow. Also, if I do it now, I get to drive and get gas, warm up my hands, warm up my toes before hopping in the bunk, in the trunk. I did actually, they had hand and toe warmers in the race shop. I bought a Buttonwillow sticker and two packs of hand and toe warmers so I can throw one in the sleeping bag for the next couple of track days where I'm camping in the trunk. Build character. Yeah, going good. Later. Day 2, Buttonwillow.